Pull up a stool and pour yourself a pint as you're about to join three intrepid drinkers, Kevin, Justin, and Mark, as they embark on another Beertastic voyage.
All right, so as we hit the halfway point here, I'm really happy with all four so far.
Yeah, I mean, of the four we had, I think it's clear that my favorite, I'm assuming Mark's favorite would also be the F and Pumpkin, but the Swashbuckler is a super close second to that.
Yeah, I would agree with you. And the other thing that is pleasant to me thus far is that no one of these things has just been overwhelmingly clove.
In fact, there's been very little overall clove.
Yes.
Yes, that is a definite plus for both you and I.
Well, I think a couple things kind of play into that. One, pumpkin ales and pumpkin beers are not new anymore. I think a lot of brewers went through the same process that you went through, Justin, of like way overdoing it and then scaling it back to make it better and much more accessible.
Right.
I feel like I've experienced that along with what the local breweries have done over the years. Like they've tried something new and they've gone too far over the edge and they've come back a little bit too. But I also like that the four of them, even though they're clearly the same take, they're their own takes on the same idea. Like it's not been all right, just the same beer. Like they're very clearly different.
And that is interesting because I think that it speaks to the opposite of what most people would think. Like I think that especially people who are like not into the whole pumpkin thing are going to assume that every single pumpkin beer you get is going to be the exact same thing. And they've all been incredibly different, including this one from Po' Boy. This is probably the most different so far, except for maybe the F and Pumpkin.
Well, this one's definitely like 2 shades darker than any of the other ones that we poured out so far.
Yeah, so it's pretty dark.
This is both a pumpkin and a yam beer.
Oh, that's an interesting
pumpkin
twist.
And yams.
Y'all.
Not sweet potatoes, but yams.
It says yams, but I would imagine that they're probably sweet potatoes.
Oh.
On the aroma, I get like a big time raisiny sweetness.
Yeah, I got
right.
a lot of raisin and definitely some caramel, some like maybe even
toffee,
a little bit of burnt caramel.
Yeah, it is an incredibly inviting smell. It just not like I'm not getting spice on it, like I'm not getting pumpkin. But in the flavor, there's definitely a hint of cinnamon for me, almost like a hot toddy type of situation. Not quite as strong as that. Why are you laughing at me?
That just made me think of Andrew saying hot scotchy.
Oh, hot scotchies, yeah.
Hot scotchy?
Yeah, it's a beverage. You take the sweet wort before you boil it, and then you
add a shot of scotch.
Add a shot of scotch and drink it.
I'm in.
Yeah, it doesn't taste as good as you think it does. I'm still going to drink it. It's Thai brew. It's
got scotch in it. I'm in. Like,
you know what? The one thing I know for sure is that I'm not going to be as drunk as at least one other person at the Thai brew, so it'll be fine.
Listen, if I made like 4 times as much as I make right now, I would be suggesting that instead of a beer podcast, we do Scotch podcast. But
because each podcast would cost us like $250, and that's if we went kind of okay.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like I said, if I made a fuck.
Hey Mark, you have the clouds this time. Go ahead, go get them.
Yeah, yeah, good Scotch. Is really good.
I can't say I've ever had one. I've never really tried or delved into it. I do know that one of my friends, Ben, he's a big Scotch bourbon guy. He's I'll have to get in with him. But this is again along with the lines of bourbon. The sweetness on this is pretty it's pretty high. I mean, I like it. I'm curious what Mark thinks about it.
I mean, it's pretty nice. It is definitely the sweetest one we've had so far.
Yeah, I mean, spice wise, what are you guys getting? As far as as pumpkin beer.
I'm not getting a ton.
No, me neither.
No, I mean, according to their website here, we've got nutmeg and cinnamon.
Yeah, but still, he was very subtle with it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not disagreeing. I definitely
Which is surprising for me.
I definitely
it really is.
I get some spice character on it, but it's not really distinct enough where I can put my finger down and say, yes, that's cinnamon, or yes, that is nutmeg.
I definitely taste cinnamon for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
like, you know, I say that in like a hint. Like I know I can identify cinnamon. I guess like earlier I think I said I think I taste a little bit of cinnamon. I think it's a good I think the spices end up being a good background note to the sweet beer. That's how I'm gonna go with it.
The spice in this beer is almost serving the role of hops usually in like cleaning off your palate to balance it out, so that you're like, okay, yeah, I'm ready for the next sip.
I gotta say, as for someone like Bobby who usually makes such bright flavors and flavors that are like really easy to identify because they're so clear and clean, this one is surprisingly like mellow and muted a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like what he was going for here, but I don't know. It feels like for something that I'm just used to tasting stuff that's much more assertive from him.
I think he went assertive with the front end, the sweetness. And I think that I would imagine he probably did exactly what Mark said and used the spice as a backbone, almost like an earthy English hop. Because this is it drinks sweetness wise like an English style of beer. So, you know, and hops would be used just like that.
I can see that.
Carbonation is definitely lower. It's it really doesn't have much bitterness to speak of.
Right.
Yeah, I guess it does almost come off like a.
It's like a mild.
Yeah.
Or even English brown. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, it doesn't come off like an English brown to me. I'm trying to think. It would taste like an over malted ESB.
Yeah, that's fair. Rating wise, I'm gonna give this one a growler. I'm a fan of the deft-handedness with the spices because of the bold sweetness. Whereas with the Blue Point one, it had some sweetness to it, but not nearly this much. It just wasn't much of anything. And this one at least is bold, is bold in one area for me.
I think for me, I think this one is probably going to fall to a pint for me. I like the spicy flavors to it. Like I want more spicy flavors to it. It all tastes a little bit muted and muddled to me. Like not muddled, but it just muted, I think is the right term.
Spice-wise,
yeah. Like everything is kind of mellow. The sweetness is nice to it, and I like that the body it's not as heavy a body as the Mother Pumpkin, but there is a little bit more body to it than the first couple ones that we had, which I like.
Yeah.
So I think a pint for me would be. I'm solid on that pint. I'm looking forward to trying the other one that we have from Voyage to see if maybe that one goes more towards what I was looking for.
I'm going to second you on the pint for this, just because it is so sweet. I don't think I would feel terribly good if I drank more in one sitting. Straight.
Yeah, I deal well with sweet. You know, I'm the eat all the Oreos guy. I was telling Mark earlier I ate half of a Briarmere pie this weekend. Not in one sitting. It was a quarter in 2 different sittings.
I love Briarmere.
We had a combo raspberry blueberry cream, which isn't as good as either one individually, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But they jack their prices up so high. Steph likes raspberry.
You just jack them seasonally.
I don't know, man. But when I left there, I had to check my butt because I was sure there was something in there.
Yeah.
It was $35 for the pot.
No,
it was $25 3 weeks ago. They have a sign that they put up and change it. As of this date, it is $35 for the cream pies.
Then I'm betting that they definitely jack just for the season.
Yeah, that's what I'm accustomed to paying for.
Oh,
But anyway, aside from that, like if you want a Briarmere pie, just go to Buttermilks and Patchogue because they have Briarmere pies.
I can buy the pie, like the whole pie there.
I don't know if you
Did you say Buttermilks and Patchogue?
Yeah.
Or did you mean, what's the one? Oh, Buttercup is the one in Port Chap. The one off Boyle Road?
Yeah, no. Buttermilks is like a luncheonette place that.
Yeah, I just had a little brain fart there. I'm like, that's not Patchogue. I'm like that's Port Chap. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, they
You only live in one of those towns. What's wrong with you? You don't know these things.
But anyway, yes, I love sweet stuff, so I think that's why I'm into it.
Yeah, I very.
You don't. You have.
I
You
don't-
barely even have a sweet
No,
tooth.
I
It barely
really
exists.
I really don't have a sweet tooth.
No.
Like
It was removed from the child.
I married the daughter of a baker, and I haven't gained 800 pounds. So
Yeah.
Well, you've also had the
Right,
same bag of M&Ms for a decade.
Yeah.
Don't tell me it's less.
No.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
No, it's definitely not a
seems like
decade.
one a day.
But I
or
am
something.
still working on that same bag of peanut butter M&Ms. I haven't eaten any in probably 2 months.
Listen,
I would have used the.
I'm telling you right now,
muffins without the-
whatever. If that bag is still around for the Christmas Eve tacos, I'm gonna tie you to a chair and eat all of it in front of you, just to show you how you should do it like a man.
I'm imagining something like Great Santini. You just bouncing him off his forehead.
Eat them, eat them. It's gonna be like the old timey cartoons when they're feeding the guy pie. The guy has the Rube Goldberg machine that just keeps shoving the pie slices into the mouse's face.
There you go. Speaking of pies, you mentioned Briarmere, who makes out amazing pies.
Yes.
There's a really good bakery right by Woodside, the cider mill.
Oh, I think I drove past it
Yeah,
on
it's
Saturday.
a little one on the other side of the road. It's on the opposite side of the road from Woodside. Little place, really good pies also. Really good pies and baked goods also.
Maybe we'll check that out
Oh.
this weekend.
Did that open in the building that was like abandoned for forever?
I have no idea, but they've been there for a while. A guy I work with recommended them to me years ago. Probably like 3 years ago.
No,
And,
probably not the building I'm thinking of then.
little white building on the corner. Like I think it's on a corner. I think it's like like a block away at most. But I can't remember the name of it. Otherwise, I would plug them. But I don't know. For the 12 listeners.
We'll check it out. So smell this. It should smell like the other beverage you were drinking like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, this smells like coffee.
Yeah.
This is straight up. This is coffee grinds.
Yeah, that's actually the exact way I put it.
Not
when
like
we were at
coffee,
Homewood.
but coffee grind.
Exactly.
It's weird. It
Yeah.
smells like coffee grinds after you take them out of the machine.
Yeah. What's crazy to me is the color. It's like when I smell it, it should be darker. Like I should be looking at like the darkest of the dark.
It does smell really good though.
I tell this to everybody. I don't like coffee, man. But you put coffee in beer, all of a sudden it's like it's
Now,
awesome.
so what is this one? What is the name of this one?
This is called Jacked Up.
Yeah.
Jacked Up.
Coffee pumpkin ale.
All right.
I'm just gonna be blunt. I love this beer. I had it when we were at Po' Boy for the LIBME meeting.
Yeah.
I would never identify this as pumpkin beer in 1,000 years. Color wise, yes. Like if you showed it to me, oh yeah, it's pumpkin beer. But the second I taste it, it's literally a really, really great coffee beer.
I said this to Justin when we were there at the meeting. Like, this really reminds me of the one pumpkin beer that I made years ago because I put coffee in it.
Yeah, this is interesting. I have never had this one before. The coffee is really overpowering flavor to it. There's a little tiny sweetness of like that pumpkin-y kind of thing going on, and I'm not even sure if that's like from the beer anymore. Like I feel like my mouth has become like inoculated with that, and like the glass is filled with that. Like it's just there now. But
It lives in the glass.
Yeah.
which I'm okay with. This would be a magical glass then.
If we could inoculate a glass with pumpkin so it tastes like pumpkin spice all the time, imagine how many white women we could sell that to.
Oh, so many. And then we have matching yoga pants.
Yeah.
Millions.
with pumpkin,
Millions.
with one pumpkin on each butt cheek.
Oh, well. Have you seen the glitter pumpkin butts?
No.
Oh, glitter pumpkin butts. It's a thing.
Excellent.
People
I
painting
don't-
their asses like jack-o'-lanterns and with glitter paint.
All right.
They're
It's a
bare
thing.
asses.
Oh yeah, but it's painted, so it's not like
So it's tasteful.
it's tasteful.
Tasteful dudes.
It's not like they're using the asshole as like the nose or something. Like,
Yeah, the rotting stem at the top isn't there like the little brown starfish?
No.
Okay.
It's like the cheeks give the curvature of a pumpkin kind of shape.
Okay. All right. You know what? I'm going to start a service right now. Anybody out there that wants to paint on your cheeks, I don't care what you are, man, woman, I'll do it. I'm going to paint it for you. Just come over to my house.
There you go. You were gonna get some weird fuckers out here.
Yeah,
You know
it's
that,
true.
right?
It's going to be worth the story, though, man. It's going to be worth it.
You should get your old neighbor Doug the Bounty Hunter to keep an eye on you while you're doing this. Dude, what's going on?
So,
This isn't a pumpkin beer.
as I agree with you. As I sit here, like, it sits on my tongue after I drink it. I think I identify some nutmeg. I think I identify, some cinnamon, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I love it. Again, I don't want to
has
poop on it.
like a little spice, at the beginning of the end of the taste. So like there's a hint of spice and then it goes back to coffee.
It tastes like if you ran
I agree.
It tastes like you ran coffee through right after someone that made like hazelnut coffee. You know, like kind of like how there's that like little hint of flavor left behind.
Or you just got the bottom of the hazelnut creamer, like.
Yeah, no, like someone like they didn't clean the pot enough, and there's a little bit of hazelnut in there, or like a little bit of a flavored coffee in there, and it's kind of like, all right, this kind of tastes a little funny. You know what I'm talking about, Mark? You know, Justin, you don't drink coffee, so you don't.
I can understand though. I totally understand what you mean.
Like, there's the coffee, which is a really good coffee flavor. I feel like in 3 months, just call this a coffee beer, and I'm gonna be stoked to get it again. Yeah, brew it again, Bobby. Brew it again in 3 months. Don't call it pump jacked up. Like, just call it a coffee brown, and you know, an iced coffee brown. Maybe add a little lactose sugar to it. And I'm in.
No, Jack.
I dig the beer. I love it. I mean, I mean, as a pumpkin beer, I don't know that I get enough pumpkin, but I'm still giving it a bomber because I love the beer. I'll drink a lot of it. I was gonna order a second one on last week when we were there for the meeting, but I had to drive Mark and I didn't want to die, so I didn't.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
How about you, Mark? What's your feelings on the jacked up?
I'm gonna second Justin on the bomber. Look, it is not strongly pumpkin or spiced, but I really dig the coffee character of it.
I really like the coffee flavor to it as well. It just doesn't kind of fall into that category as the pumpkin beers like the other ones that we've tried. I want a little bit more of the spice, a little bit more of that kind of pumpkin-y flavor to it. This is awesome, but it doesn't
make you think of all your favorite things of fall.
No, it doesn't give me the hang out by the bonfire feeling.
It's the Folgers version of leaf pop.
It's the instant Folgers version of leaf pop. All right.
Oh man,
all right.
That's cold.
If
choice.
Only if we're comparing it to that. Only if we're comparing it to that one.
Is there instant Folgers?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, there's instant. Yeah. What are you talking about? You have no idea.
I said I don't know. When he looked at me, I was like, "Why are you asking me?"
I don't know. No, there's a. I'm sure Folgers makes an instant one. I mean, it's no Sanka, but whatever.
Well, I mean, if you can.
What do you say?
Instant coffee's an abomination to mankind anyway. Can we
Sanka
agree on
is decaf coffee.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
More
shit I don't know.
Instant crystallized decaf coffee. It's fucking gross.
Like 7-Eleven gross?
What's the point of decaf coffee?
No.
Because you like how coffee tastes.
No.
Yeah. No. You need the caffeine buzz. You need the caffeine lifeblood. It's really what it is. No, the comedian Sebastian Maniscalco.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
He has this whole thing of like, how his mother used to wait for friends to come over. You know, they would keep the little Entenmann's cake on the side, like don't touch it. That's for guests if anyone comes over. You know, and you gotta hope that by Sunday no one came over so you could eat it. And they would come over. Do you want some Sanka? Because this whole thing, it's hysterical. Obviously, he's much better at it than I am because that's his living. So,
Yeah.
One would hope so. He's better at it than I am.
Did you give him a rating, Kevin?
I don't know if I gave a rating, but I think it's going to be a pint for me.
Okay.
Again, I want to say that that's not a quality statement rating. Like that is just in the world of pumpkin beers. This one does not hit the pumpkin ale for me, the pumpkin note for me. But that being said, like I really meant it when I said like add a little lactose sugar to it and release it to me in the spring and tell me that it's like a coffee one, and I'm like, I am in.
Yeah, it's one of the most coffee forward beers that I've ever been like super into.
Yeah. So we've got 2 left. We've got the IPA Atomic Pumpkin and the Imperial Pumpkin left. So I'm going to take a deep breath before going into the last ones. I got to finish up my sample of the jacked up.
So while we're kind of just taking a little breather for a second, I vote that at the end what we'll do is we'll pick our the most representative pumpkin beer, and then we'll also pick our favorite. How does that sound? I mean, it might be the same thing for someone, but Maybe it's not.
I
There's
don't
not.
understand the difference.
You haven't established criteria enough for Mark yet.
Which one did you like the most?
And which one do you think?
Which one is the most representative of a pumpkin beer?
But a pumpkin beer can be anything.
Exactly. So it's all up to you, buddy.
Dude, you know he doesn't deal well with like ambiguity, right?
It's not ambiguous. You get to decide. What are your fucking criteria for it? This is not ambiguous at all. You can make it as specific as you want.
No, it's insanely ambiguous. You can't do this to him.
You can't make up your own criteria? Is that not possible? I'm pretty sure
not,
you make
not
up
after
your
he's
criteria.
been
That's
up
how
for
you
like
live.
8.
When you took the fucking BJCP exam, I'm pretty sure you made up your own criteria.
At this point, I have been up for
18 hours.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I was going to
literally
say,
18 hours.
I literally was about to say,
Yeah.
after 18 hours, you can't ask Mark to do this. Like, that's not fair.
Okay, I think you can do it. You just wrap your head around it. I think it'll be okay. Everyone's gonna live, I promise.
So which one are we going with next? Are we going to go to the Imperial next, or are we going to
Like,
go to the...
it's
Sorry about the correction.
it's the dog show. Like you're like which?
No.
one is the
I'm not
best
asking
of
you.
the dog show, but
I'm not
the
asking you to
dog
be a
show is an
BJCP judge.
open-ended. What?
I'm not asking you to be a BJCP judge. I'm asking you when you think of a pumpkin beer personally, because like we said, it's not a style, right? It's not. If you want to go with autumn seasonal as like your perfect vision of that, that's cool with me. I'm down. But when you think of a pumpkin beer, which one most represents a pumpkin beer to you?
We haven't had one yet because nothing is blowing out my palate with clove.
That's awesome. I appreciate that. Okay. Well, Kevin and I will go through the exercise. You can watch.
It's like the
Yeah.
last bottle share, Brew and Beyond, that I attended, and Steve and Justin brought a pumpkin beer, and like they were at the opposite end of the table from me, and like they popped it, and like I could smell the clove already. And when the bottle got to me, I was just like, "Here you go," passing it down, like trying to hand it to Danny, the shop owner. Who's like, "You're not gonna drink it?" I'm like, "No." Here you
I'm
go.
good. We're going to pass this, boy. I
Yeah.
was chewing on a cracker, so I couldn't really, chime in there, but, fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. It doesn't matter anymore. Fuck it.
All right. Well, we're doing it at the end.
Fuck this.
We're doing it live,
Fuck this, we're doing it live.
just like everything else. So
I think,
we're rolling Imperial first.
Yeah, I think we got to get into that. So the Imperial one is, we got a crowler of it, and I hope you can still hear me as I talk. This one is Spider Bites All Hollow Eve Pumpkin Ale with spices. It is, we got it in the crowler here, and what does it come into?
9-1.
9-1. God damn. Okay, man, why does it have to do this to it? I like that.
Yeah.
I like the design.
It's awesome.
He's got a good. Who's doing his design?
I have no idea, but the
That's,
aesthetic of all the labels are
But I
awesome.
like that he
Is that
has the little
Yeah, it's
spider.
Melissa, Drunken Unemployed.
It is Melissa.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm pretty sure she does all of his artwork.
Well, she's doing a great job incorporating the same little spider into all of it. This one time, the spider is biting a pumpkin, a jack-o'-lantern.
When he bottled this, he always has a bottle, like an empty bottle, up on the counter, and I've been dying to have it just based on that. I mean, plus it's a Imperial pumpkin beer, so why
All right,
wouldn't
I have
want
no
it?
nails left, so because I cut them today. So when do you guys open that? I literally can't get underneath the end of it there. I cut them
It's
all
also
short.
that is a very also a very full crowler from what I can gather. So the pressure
Definitely
is
felt
tight.
firm.
It did. They need to make them wide mouth so that they pour a
Yeah,
little.
or maybe you need that like little cap back where you
Yeah.
can pop the little hole.
Yeah, I definitely think the Kralik cans need like the vent hole.
like the old juice containers where you used to pop the back a little
Yeah,
bit.
exactly.
I love
I feel
that
like
juice.
you know what, crowlers shouldn't even have the pop top. They should just be a sealed top, and then you can just pop them with like the.
They
the old school
should
can
be
opener.
like a sardine can where you just
You just twirl it open.
jab the key in and then just roll the whole top back.
No. I'm talking like the solid can top, like when you get like the can of juice. And
Yeah.
you just take the triangle can opener and just pop a couple
Oh,
holes
yeah.
on one side and one on the other. Like, just give me that, and just that'll work better.
But I feel like it'd be more fun to have the key.
Well, yeah, reminds me of like Spam and shit.
The aroma on this is killer. It combines all the best things we've smelled so far. It has that nice caramel sweetness.
Plus alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is
Plus,
that.
you get fucked up.
Yeah,
like,
there's a boozy smell coming out, wafting out of this. Like, You know what? Like, if this was a cartoon, you would see like the little lines coming out of the glass.
Yeah,
right
it would form a skull and crossbones at the top.
there.
This is going to be a treat.
And this one's a little dark. This one's on the darker side too. Definitely the two from Po' Boy and this one have all been a little bit darker than the other ones.
Oh my god, so good.
This is like a beautiful ruby color though, and super clear.
So good. It's like unbelievable.
You know, this one smells. I want to say like a spiced rum or like a brandy or something.
Yeah.
Like it smells like a good booze when you open it up. Like
This is like when you want the flavor is.
hold on.
It definitely has.
I'm
Like,
gonna put a little of this behind the ears.
it definitely
I might-
has.
The wife
You
might.
gotta be careful. You're gonna have kid number 2 pretty soon.
Yeah, number 2 might be on its way after this.
Irish twins.
Yeah.
I might take care of me after this one.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
think
worst.
it's the worst.
Yes, that still works. Your daughter's not 3 months yet.
Yeah, exactly.
It has all the spices you were talking about, including enough of the clove. I think that balances it out
I
really
really
nicely.
did put it behind my ears. My ears are tingling right now.
It's like it's still not a clove bomb though. And
No.
like I think Kevin said it like really good. It really does have like a really strong like brandy character to it.
Yeah, dude.
Holy shit, that's amazing.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I'm not gonna go crazy, but this like shits on the other one. This is amazing.
Fucking Christ.
It's sweet, but it also finishes like it's perceptibly sweet, but it also finishes pretty damn dry.
That's that's exactly what I was going to say before. Is that it has the sweetness that I loved from the Po' Boy pumpkin, and it has the spice a little bit even more of the spice level from the swashbuckler. So like different spices, but like the intensity of them is the same level.
The dryness is what does it. Like that's the whole thing. Like a lot of times when you get like imperial darker beers, they get that like syrupiness. They get that really boozy. This does not exist at all. This is fucking amazing, and this might be like the second greatest beer that Larry's ever produced, in my opinion. It's only because I love Boris the Spider. It's a fucking amazing beer. Not even like the barrel aged one. Like I fucking love just the regular one. But like,
we never got to have Boris the hell was it called?
Oh, Valakin. It was just
Boris.
It was Boris the Giant.
Yeah, this is amazing. If Larry gave this to me, if I was there, Larry, if you were here, like I would offer you all sorts of favors that might violate my marriage. But this is fucking amazing.
From what Larry told me, he's listening, so he may call upon you.
So, like, listen, man, this is. I'm gonna wear gloves, but other than that, like, it's like this is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And again, you do smell the alcohol in the nose. You might get it a little bit in the flavor, but it's definitely not an overpowering
You do, but
thing.
it's also it's not hot.
No, it's not.
It's not hot at all.
It's just letting you know, hey, I'm scary. You should probably not drink a lot of me, but it's gonna be you're gonna have a hard time not doing that.
Oh fuck! Why did we record during the week?
Oh yeah, well, I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm, definitely taking that crowler home with me, and I'm gonna sit in bed, like lay down in bed and drink it.
Are you off tomorrow?
No, I'm not.
But you will be tomorrow. You will be when you wake up after this.
I'll be chickadee checked out, but I will not off.
No, this is fucking incredible. Like, it gives you the feeling of a really good high-end booze, like that is smooth and clean when you finish it, but warming, and you get that cinnamon and spice warmth to it. There's the faintest touch of pumpkin flavor, but it's really more the spices that speak to you in this.
I don't even really get the spices all that strongly.
I get the spices pretty
well. Not that they're strong, but they're present. Like that's the flavor profile.
I get the spices mid palate, but like that's it.
Right, but they're nice and smooth. They're nice and rounded
Oh yes,
off.
no, they're definitely
They're not. They are present.
There's no.
What I'm saying is that
sharp notes.
What I'm saying is the depth of flavor is rich and deep, but not sharp.
Yes.
Like it is there, it is solid, it is a really incredible flavor to it. And the best analogy that I can make is really like if you ever tasted probably the best Scotch that I've ever drank is Johnny Walker Blue, which I know is really good. I know it's not like the most amazing thing in the world, but like it's really fucking good. And when you drink it, you literally just feel warm going down, like, and it's amazing. And this is kind of like that same kind of feeling of a really good Scotch that just warms you and fills you, and you taste the flavor, and there's no burn.
Yeah, I think it's a great way of putting it. And also, Mark mentioning the spices come in mid-palate. It's really important. There, you get sweetness.
Sweet first, yeah. Absolutely.
Then you get the spice, and the spices are fairly intense. Then the dryness cleans everything
completely dry, like
Right.
no lingering spice character.
Really would love to know how he made it so dry.
And I'm like, what makes me want to do is run back and go, wait, where's that spice, and like get more of it. And I'm happier every time I have a sip. I'm like, oh yeah, yes.
Right,
And then you wake up on the bathroom floor.
Right, because when you have that little bit of spice, and
Wake up with no hair.
Well, you get that little bit of spice, and there's nothing to wipe it away at the end because it's such a dry, clean finish.
Mm-hmm.
You want that sweet again at the beginning of the taste to take it back off.
Yeah.
That softens it down again. But again, I gotta say that it's not a sharp flavor, but it is a really full flavor. Like that's the best way that I can explain it.
Yes, I would agree with you.
Oh man, this is so good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw out. There's a keg.
Oh.
I know that it's 9-1 and everything, but I just feel like I might have, obviously, again, the keg is a ridiculous statement and how much I'm going to drink in one sitting no matter what.
Yeah.
So I'm going with a keg because I could drink this at any given moment throughout the year.
No, this is fucking incredible, and this would be just like the perfect nightcap at the end of like anything.
Yep. I'd love to drink this this would be a great way to end Thanksgiving. Like whether you hate your family or like your family, this would be a great way to end Thanksgiving.
Oh. Jams off my beer head, Clara.
Seriously.
Exactly. No, this is incredible.
Grab one of those like electric carving knives and start fending people off.
Back! Stay back, bitches! Stay back! Our rating system does not do this beer justice.
No.
It is not the right system for this. Whatever the top level should be for this it is. Whatever rating system you use, this is going to be the top of the system. I mean, but just as far as like volume of drinking, like I don't know if I could drink a whole, like I couldn't drink a keg of it. Obviously, you couldn't drink a keg of anything, but yeah, it's got to be up there, man. It's got to be. I'm giving it a keg. Like it's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be top ratings for whatever this is. This is fucking incredible.
I'm gonna cap it at a growler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't want it on demand all the time, but in another 2 weeks when I'm finally done with like the big madness, like this would be a good way to reset.
It's just reset is a good way of putting it because nothing existed before that. You're gonna wake up after drinking a crowler of this by yourself, and you're just gonna look around and go, "I got a kid? No, I have 2 kids. Oh yeah, fuck, right, okay, right, yes."
This isn't a soft reset though. This is like literally. Yeah. This is pushing the button on the back. We found the little. We got the push pin. This is a hard reset.
Yeah, this is we formatted and restarted it.
But this is gonna be such a good feeling. Oh man, like. This is so good. I am not like saying this just to blow smoke up Larry's ass like this. Larry, you're supposed to be listening. This is really.
If you showed up and you couldn't get a crowler of this, you should probably attack Larry in the parking lot because it's worth it.
Yeah.
Beertastic show does not condone violence against breweries,
especially Larry.
Yeah. Yeah. Realizing that. Sneaking up, what is that, Lincoln Avenue over there, is worked pretty good for me to avoid some traffic today. I might have to do that tomorrow and see if I can get some of this.
That's a good idea.
This is fucking incredible.
Speaking of Lincoln Avenue and Hope Road.
Yes, our Squarehead is now open, right?
Well, they will be opening on the 20th.
October 20th. I will be there. I'm going to go buy all the special releases.
Well,
so I think we're gonna do a special release episode from them.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm glad they're opening. I remember I drove by their spot once before they were open, just because it popped up on Google, and I'm like, oh yeah, they're there. And No one's there.
I did the same thing. I went there and I was like, knock, knock, please don't rape me. Because at the time there was no signage or anything, obviously, because they weren't open. It was my fault. But yeah, they're open, thankfully, or they will be open. So this should be a fun day.
I gotta say, I think I'm the only one that's had the next one from New Belgium, right? You guys haven't had it, right?
No.
I saw Phil yesterday. He gave me a bottle. He's awesome.
Right.
I meant to drink it with dinner last night, but I totally forgot.
I gotta say, it's completely unlike anything else that we've drank tonight, but it is also probably as far away from what we are just drinking right now as you could possibly get.
Well, that should be fun.
Like, it is going to be a complete 180 go Mach 5 in the other direction as far as, like, the kind of flavor and the way the flavor is presented is really different. But yeah, I might have to text my wife and tell her that I'm not going to be coming home late today.
You should crawl under the bed and underneath the table here.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man,
There's 2 pullouts over there.
yeah, I mean,
No, it doesn't work. When you're drunk, you have to crawl under a table.
You slept on one of them for 3 weeks.
I did. It's true. Me and my wife.
I might not make it that far.
Yeah.
All right.
I wouldn't. Unless Mark fumigated that one, I wouldn't sleep on it. I'm just saying. I was there. I'm
So
kidding.
good.
I'm
The
kidding, of
cinnamon,
course.
cinnamon in it is so delicious.
Yeah, as it warms up, as it, it wasn't particularly cold when we started drinking it, but as it's been sitting in my glass, I definitely get the cinnamon more and
Yeah,
more.
cinnamon. As I took a really big sip, it kind of splashed on the side of my lips,
Mhm.
and I got that cinnamon a lot more. Almost to the extent like when you get a cinnamon rim on a glass, like that, how much it was there.
The balance of the spices to me was also incredibly well done. It was what you expect from a pumpkin pie. They all blended together at that level. There wasn't really one that stood out more than the other. But it was also nice to be able to pick out the cinnamon, which you usually can't do because of how strong the other flavors like nutmeg and clove are.
I kind of wish he bottled some of this, because I think it would be interesting to see how it would hang out for a little while.
I wouldn't want to bottle it the way it is because I think the spices would just dull over time.
Yeah.
But I would love to have a barrel aged version of it.
Also, I'm pretty sure Larry is sworn off glass.
Yeah, he would. We were discussing that when I was there. I think he wants to avoid bottling anything ever.
Listen, I can understand that. I'm sure the cost difference between doing cans and and bottles is insanely different. But really, it's
yeah.
I want something to hang out. Like the cans don't age well. I feel like,
There's no
aging going on. Yeah. Right.
See, yes and no. A lot of people who say that if you keep an IPA around, especially the hazy IPAs in a can, you can tell as they get older.
Okay.
I mean, nothing is like that sealed that oxygen's never getting into it.
Right.
But I can't imagine that you're getting the same level of over time oxygen ingress in a can as you would through a cap.
No, you're definitely not gonna get the same ingress.
No.
I mean, we could test it out. I still have bottles of Black Friday that I haven't drank, and we can,
There's 2 in the fridge over there.
Right, exactly. So
I've
we
got a
can
couple
check
of my
that out.
too. Yeah. So
And I'll be able to go to Long Island this year.
You will?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yes.
I'm not going to Ohio this year.
All right. Well, awesome.
I'm working
Yes, I know. I'm sorry.
because my company doesn't believe in holidays. Because you need to buy cookies during the fucking holiday.
But you're not working on Thanksgiving at least, right?
Probably not.
Okay.
You could if you wanted to.
I might have to hit 1 or 2 stores in the morning.
Whoa.
It is like I said, it is really different than the other ones. So look at the color first off. The color is at least 3 shades lighter than anything else that we tried.
Easily, this is.
It is almost apple juice color.
This is definitely yellow, where everything else we've had has been at least amber.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It kind of comes to that gold. It comes to that
It's
gold.
it's like light gold at the darkest.
I gotta say, I love the angle. I like
Yeah.
on this.
I was going to say the same thing.
Look at that. You can get a really good cross section of the bubbles from underneath.
It's so clear. You look at it from the bottom, and
That's sexy.
and that's what it looks like when you're about to drown.
Listen, if drowning in beer is the way to go, I'm all right with that.
Book a trip to the Czech Republic and drown yourself in a beer bathtub?
I have to go to the Czech Republic for that?
Well, I mean,
There's probably a place in Brooklyn that will do it.
beer baths? I don't think so.
There's got to be a place in Brooklyn.
I don't think
There's
so.
a place in Brooklyn for everything.
I don't think so.
All right.
I just got to go down to Brighton Beach.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
There's enough Soviets and other Eastern Bloc people down there.
So, aroma-wise, it is. I would pick it out as a pumpkin beer. I would definitely say it is a pumpkin beer.
Yeah,
But
it's
there's
got a pumpkin smell.
a couple of other things going on. It doesn't have the sweetness of the other beers, but it does have a hint of the spices.
This one actually smells like canned pumpkin smells.
Yes, it does.
Like, it kind of has that aroma of when you open up the can of pumpkin, like, this is kind of what it smells like.
That's a fair point. And again,
with some
to be
spices
fair,
added to it. Obviously,
and also
It smells like acetaldehyde.
that doesn't to me. It's got habanero in it, right? That's what I think Phil was telling me yesterday.
It
Yes.
it does
And
have a chili.
habanero chili peppers.
Yeah, it does have a chili in it, which is why they put the atomic to it.
So it says pumpkin ale featuring cinnamon and habanero chili peppers for just the right amount of heat.
I gotta say, I completely forgot that there were habaneros in it because I really don't think that the heat.
Jalapenos.
Habaneros.
Habaneros?
Yes.
I'm drawing.
Yes.
I gotta say,
and
like,
you've been up for 18 hours. That's why I'm not mocking you relentlessly.
I gotta say, like, I really don't pick up that heat in that, but there's a little bit of it, but not so much that, like, you guys love chilies way more than I do, so you might catch it a little bit more, but
yeah.
I don't think it's overpowering or really super present. Like, the cinnamon kind of backs that up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I think that if it were at the level that we would, quote unquote, normally want from a chili beer, that it would decimate everything anyway. So it would be pointless to put cinnamon in. I think that the cinnamon actually kind of like leads into the heat of the habanero.
Yeah,
finish.
the heat really. Well, I was gonna say the heat really supports the cinnamon.
Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, like I said, it's way different than anything else that we did.
This is definitely like the cleanest expression of cinnamon that we've had out of all of the beers.
And it makes sense because I mean, I'm assuming that based on the fact they didn't list anything else, it's the only spice they've added.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's pretty interesting. I think it's I had some of this with, like I said, with the lasagna, which is a pretty heavy meal. So like it's able to stand up to a strong meal. So I think something like this with a Thanksgiving meal would kind of be a cool, and I say cool in the sense of like intriguing, counterpoint in something that's strong enough to cut through thick, heavy flavors.
It's very tasty.
You know,
It is, right?
speaking of that, like, so yesterday, while my wife and I were making tomato sauce out of the, like, I don't know, close to a bushel of tomatoes that we got from our garden. Our original plan
Was
was,
it a bushel and a peck?
no, it was less than a bushel.
Okay,
So it was not a bushel and a peck.
gotcha.
Maybe 3 pecks. I don't know how many pecks are in a bushel.
Nor do I.
All right, go ahead. I have to know now. Fucking hate you guys. Go ahead.
Go forth and Google, Justin.
So our original plan was to have a cheese lunch. And while I was minding the sauce process, my wife headed into the village to go to the cheese shop, and they weren't open. So she
Bastards.
ended up going to the Hero Joint, which is the sandwich shop that
Good
opened
follow-up.
in Kilwins.
Oh, the name is the sandwich joint?
The hero,
The Hero Joint.
The hero joint.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my wife got, I forget what they call it, but basically it's the Thanksgiving leftover sandwich.
I mean,
Is there cranberry sauce on it?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's-
cool. We're good then.
it's-
We're good.
Turkey stuffing, cranberry sauce.
I just wanted you. It's
Man.
important.
So that's what made me think of it. And yes, this would be good.
right.
So I had a pastrami sandwich, and goddamn, that pastrami was good.
Oh, dude, I haven't had pastrami in like. They're gonna take away my Jew card, man.
Oh,
I'm not
Also-
a big pastrami guy.
You can go fuck yourself.
Also-
I know. Listen, I hear you. I actually agree with you. I can't believe I don't like it. That's why I don't like it. But I don't love it as much as most other people.
What about corned beef? Are you alright with
I
corned beef?
hate corned beef. Hate it.
I don't know if we can be friends anymore, dude.
I don't like corned beef. And you know what? It might be because I've only had shitty corned beef.
I'm
It's
really,
very,
like,
very possible.
I'm really like reevaluating being friends with you.
Yeah,
I will. Maybe I'll let you make the turkey for Friendsgiving, and I will pickle my own damn beef.
If you do that, we'll make the turkey. That's a deal.
We have an accord.
The only time I've had corned beef has been pretty much free corned beef. Like, the Shamrock in Huntington used to do like basically a free corned beef meal, like
Yeah.
and it wasn't very good. And I probably haven't been exposed to very good corned beef.
Yeah, you need good corned beef and good pastrami.
But I did have pastrami from Cat's Deli, and I wasn't super into it. It was good. It's not like I wouldn't eat it again. It wasn't bad.
It's incredible.
Yeah. Nah.
If you don't like that pastrami, then you're just not into pastrami.
I liked it. Yeah, exactly.
Then there's no saving you.
Probably not. And in case anyone is playing the home game, there's 4 pecks in a bushel, much like most standard
like
measurements. Exactly.
Yeah.
It was either 4 or 6.
I'm going back to shunning the non-believer for not enjoying pastrami.
In addition to tasty sandwiches, we didn't get any because we went out to dinner last night. But they have their own. They make their own jalapeno chips in house.
Do they?
Yes. Which I know is pertinent information to you.
Yes. The next time that we get sandwiches when I'm at your house, we'll have to go there.
What's that? When you say jalapeno chips, like
potato chips.
Like potato chips seasoned with jalapenos?
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to have to check that out.
I was thinking like fried jalapenos.
No.
I'm into that.
No, potato chips flavored with jalapeno.
All right.
I really want pastrami right
now. Me too. So steering this back onto the tracks. I am going to give this a growler. This is a fantastic beer. I think it's also a fantastic pumpkin beer, and I didn't think it was going to be. I really didn't. I mean, it is a little again, it doesn't have all the pumpkin pie spices, but in an odd way, I think the habanero sort of makes up for the lack of a nutmeg.
You know what I like about this is that as I'm drinking it, I have the lingering warmth in my throat, which is what I always look for in a chili pepper beer.
Right, and again, we each got a third of a 12-ounce bottle of it. If I drank the whole pint, I can see myself having enough built-up heat where I would definitely recognize that I had a chili beer. Really well done.
Yeah. No, this one's a bomber for me. I want to put down 2 of these and really enjoy it. I would drink I really mean it when I say I would drink 2 of these during Thanksgiving dinner and really be happy about it. I think after 2, it would probably be really hot.
Okay.
And I want something else to kind of chill out a little bit with. So it's not going to take me to dessert, but it's going to get me through the main course. I really like it though, and I was very happily surprised when I tried it at Bullseye in Smithtown.
Yeah,
was the beer distributor I stopped at before, and I was really surprised. I was like, I know Voodoo Ranger is all their IPA brand and stuff like that, so I was kind of nervous about what they were going to try. I'm like, it's probably going to be some fucking weird thing,
hops and chilies.
No, the way he mentioned there was chilies in it, really kind of as a blow by, and I'm like, all right, whatever. Usually when big not big breweries, but usually when at least national distributed breweries do something with a chili, it's not that intimidating. It's not that present, and I think
and that's probably
this one's pretty present.
Yeah.
No, it is, but at the same time, he probably just kind of blew past it to prevent you from being turned off by the fact that he said chilies.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I only have a very casual relationship with Phil. I've met him twice.
Yeah.
He doesn't know my beer preferences or anything like that, but that's not necessarily going to turn me off from a beer.
Yeah, when I saw
I don't get a hard on like you guys get for it, but But I'm not gonna go oh man, it's a chili in there. I'm not gonna fucking touch it, the 3 people that walked in right after me, they seemed like that, in their North Face vests and everything,
Yeah, they should listen to this episode. It was made for them.
But yeah, I think it's a really good beer. And you see what I kind of meant when I said it kind of tastes like a spiced cider. Before we started recording, I mentioned, it kind of tastes like a spiced cider almost.
Yeah, I can understand that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. I do really like it. It's got. I definitely would not peg this as an IPA if you just handed it to me in a class.
Yeah, I don't know if they even call it an IPA, but I know Voodoo Ranger is their their IPA guy. So
Right.
like I figured they kind of may have used a similar base.
But between the cinnamon and the heat, that like I haven't taken a sip in a while now, and I still have like
Yeah, it tingles.
I still have some
the
warmth.
tingling stays.
which is like really pleasing to me. Like I'm definitely gonna have to go and pick up at least a 6-pack of this.
I think a 6-pack is like, and not to fuck with the rating system, but I feel like the 6er is like the perfect size for this. You know, because you can have one or two, and then you're gonna put it down. And you might come back and have one or two.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the 6er is a really good size for this.
I know I typed it into the notes here, but I don't know if I actually said it. But it's definitely a bomber for me. Like
Okay.
I want 2 glasses of this, and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Well, it might be.
Yeah,
It's definitely a case where like having like the stock in the fridge of the bombers.
Oh,
just having stacks and stacks and stacks.
Yeah. It's
having
definitely that case.
these in the cellar would be.
What's the alcohol in this, Justin?
Let's see. It's got to say on here. It is 6.4.
Yeah, so like
That's solid. That's
two,
not.
2 is like the right number where I'm like pretty damn buzzed.
Two is a good weekend. Weeknight drink.
Yes. Like I'm pretty damn buzzed. Like I got the kids to sleep. Like I'm gonna drink that second glass and just be like,
The kids are asleep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now I'm asleep. Yeah, this one's. I like it, and I think it's a good change of pace compared to all the other stuff that we have.
I can tell you right now.
I think it was a good job leaving it to the end. Too.
Oh yeah, I'm going to buy a 6-pack of this without question.
yeah,
I'm gonna probably stock up a little bit on it.
I've still got 2 more left in the fridge, so I feel like that's like the perfect spot for me. Like I can.
And
I also want to share this with other people because I think that it's a really good chili beer to share with anyone.
it's
If you
definitely
eat a hot wing, even if you eat like medium hot wings, not the mild people who eat mild hot wings, which are pointless. If you eat a medium hot wing, right, you should try this beer, and you'll probably be like, "Oh, okay, it's a little spicy, but I like it."
Dallas page.
Yes, that's what I was
Yes. DDP yoga, yes.
going.
So, all right. I feel like this is an obvious thing now. Which one of these is the most pumpkin beer to you?
Like most pumpkin present flavor.
Yes.
The most pumpkin flavor was probably Squashbuckler. Like, probably tastes the most like pumpkins to me. But when I think of like pumpkin spice beers, like when I think of like the beer, like a pumpkin beer that I want the most, I gotta go back to the West Hampton one. Like that is just like that in my head. That is my definition beer of what pumpkin beer should be. And I have to be honest, I have not ever run into a beer that like that one is my definition. That's what it's supposed to be tasting like in my head.
Okay. That's a fair point.
And that All Hallows Eve from Spiderbite isn't even in that category. Like it's a separate fucking amazing.
That's your favorite beer. That's the favorite one you had today.
Today, like
Yeah.
the most amazing experience I have is that All Hallows.
Okay.
Like that's fucking. I want to have sex with the can. I think it's amazing.
Okay, I don't want to have any more now.
Okay.
I was gonna say I don't think the
Excellent.
hole's big enough, but I can only speak from my personal
Yeah,
experience.
yeah.
Jewish.
We're all really good friends, so we're not that good friends.
I'm Jewish, so it might be.
Yeah.
I can't speak to anything. But it's such an amazingly different, incredible flavor. Like
Yeah, I
that
agree
blew
with you.
mind fucking blown.
Mark now. Go ahead, make up some criteria quick. Make a spreadsheet, figure this out.
Well, no, like
Committee.
I mean,
Google Docs.
this Voodoo Ranger, like I love this because, and this is this is exactly what I strive for when I put chili peppers in beers that I make. It's got a good warming sensation that kind of lingers, but it doesn't blow out your palate. You don't feel like your mouth's on fire. Like,
I think that's a really good way to say it.
Sorry, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
did you find anybody in hand grenades that was like, yeah, I still have 6 bottles of hot bird in left?
No, I didn't. I did not. Yeah, somebody they had another sharing is caring bottle share with Pete, and somebody had a bottle of Hot Bird and Love.
Oh,
it was an old school bottle too, because the bottle I had didn't look like their bottle, and they definitely had it like just chilling, like I'm not drinking that. Oh, we can bring this thing.
Justin,
I posted asking if anybody
Justin.
had it. I said I would trade or buy, and like there were no takers. So all right, so the Atomic Ranger is what you're like pumpkin pick, or you're just your favorite one?
Give him a minute. What?
Okay.
What's your
think
favorite
about it for a
pumpkin?
second. I'm gonna roll. My favorite pumpkin. It's hard because I genuinely think that All Hallows hits the pumpkin notes like right on. So I think I didn't want it to be this way, but I think both my favorite that I've had today and the one that I think of when I think of pumpkin spice flavor and a pumpkin beer is the same. It's the All Hallows.
My only disagreement with you, and I'm not saying you're wrong,
But
even if you are, but like, are you differentiating between pumpkin spice and pumpkin
No.
flavor?
I'm just thinking pumpkin spice because in general pumpkins don't have much of a flavor. If I'm going to go with the pumpkin flavor, it's probably like pumpkin itself. It's going to either be Swashbuckler or the effing pumpkin because both of them have that like pumpkin essence to it.
Yeah, those actually to me those actually taste. You actually taste the flavor of pumpkins.
Yes.
Not pumpkin spice, not pumpkin pie, nothing else. But like, if you're actually talking about the squash itself, and you want to and you want to actually taste that flavor, the effing pumpkin or the Swashbuckler, more the Swashbuckler, I think.
Yes, I agree with that.
Is really a beer that celebrates that flavor.
Yes. No, I'm thinking more of like the person rolling through Starbucks asking for a pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah.
Which one?
Right.
Which one is the one for them? Considering we're doing basic white boy month.
Yeah, the PSL crowd is really gonna love the. I think the PSL crowd would really love the West Hampton.
Yes.
Because I think it kind of not mocks, but it meets that same like pumpkin spice latte flavor.
Yeah.
Like that flavor a whole lot.
But yeah, the All Hallows Eve checks off all the boxes, with the Atomic Pumpkin getting a kind of like a side note as probably the coolest, most interesting pumpkin beer that I've ever had. And again, all of them are awesome beers. I don't think we had one beer night that I wouldn't drink again. No, we definitely didn't. I would drink all of these beers again and be happy with any of them.
I don't think any of them were. None of them were bad. Absolutely not. There was no bad beers here. I think the Jacked Up was probably the only one that hit me that I was kind of like, that's the coffee one.
Yeah.
That's the only one that hit me that was like, this is way more coffee than anything else. And even though it was really incredible, wasn't pumpkin. And I'm sad because I really love the stuff that Bobby does. But this is just, I feel like this was like, he wandered off his path. Like, these ones weren't the greatest things that he's done. Like, were not the things that these weren't home runs. These were solid doubles.
I think they were awesome beers.
They're awesome beers, but I just feel like it doesn't showcase what he does best.
I mean, I think actually I disagree. I think it does showcase what he does best. What he does best is kick out the flavors he's saying he's kicking out, and it says coffee. It says coffee pumpkin ale. Coffee's first. He had coffee.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I think that in general they were amazing. It's just we're grabbing awesome beers and throwing them all together.
We're splitting hairs here. We really are.
So Mark, have you data processed this?
I don't like. I mean, don't. I ran out of rows on my spreadsheets.
You're 65,000 rows already?
It has happened before.
I hope they were pivot tables.
No, it was actually
pivot.
It was actually a spreadsheet that I created to set up a resource code book. So like a lot of for materials. So like
I got
different pipe sizes.
Yeah, okay. So you had all the sizes. And
Yeah,
everything
like
there,
the size, all the permutations of different sizes and things like
every
that.
size pipe, every size.
So you were trying to turn a spreadsheet into like a database, essentially.
Well, I mean, I used the spreadsheet to create the database to import into the estimating software.
Gotcha.
Essentially.
Okay.
All right. On that note, name some beers and go.
Like, again, none of the beers that we drank tonight is what I think of when somebody says pumpkin beer.
Right, because, I mean, again, to be fair, you have a good point. When you think of a pumpkin beer, you think of a clove bomb, a beer that you don't necessarily like so much. So I can say that you're probably pleasantly surprised that that didn't happen even one time.
No, on any of these,
Yeah.
even the ones that I never had before, like, it just didn't happen. As far as what my favorite beer is probably that one right there, the All Hallows Eve.
Yeah.
It is, and that one itself isn't even particularly pumpkin-y, but just the character of the beer is so enjoyable as to be that, refined, alcoholic, words fail me.
You know what?
I've been awake for too long.
Refined, I think, is a really good way to put it. Like, or I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. It's classy as fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
That's coming from a guy who hates when people say as fuck.
and, yeah. But that's what this is. Like, this is a really classy, like, refined version of the pumpkin beer, and really hits that spot the All Hallows Eve.
I also think we're drinking it at the perfect temperature. Like, right now it's pretty warm. I'd say
Yeah.
it's probably 50 to 55 degrees
Right,
while we're drinking it.
but it's just below room temperature.
Yeah, it's crazy that it's, and I'm not my wife, I don't want anything super cold. But it's not even really chilled. Like,
You
you
like
touch.
to taste things.
Yeah, I like to taste things. My wife just apparently likes frost. She likes to drink ice.
So,
Can I have a frosted bug?
divorce!
Yeah.
Divorce!
I think this was an incredibly successful duo of episodes.
Oh, speaking of frosted mugs, I stopped at an Applebee's randomly for dinner one night.
Oh, yeah?
So of course they just automatically hand you a frosted pint glass.
Right.
I had the Plaid Friday or whatever it is from shit. I don't remember what
I
they are.
don't know what that is.
Fucking Plaid Friday.
Yeah, it's from a pretty common brewery. Like I see them in the supermarkets all the time. It's something like that. It was a pretty good hoppy brown ale to kind of cut through the winter thing. It kind of had a good feeling to it. Just because when you said frosted mug, it just reminded me of going there because everything.
According to Urban Dictionary, Black Friday is an alternative to Black Friday that encourages people
Small
to do their
business.
holiday shopping locally owned independent businesses after Thanksgiving.
Just put plaid and beer in the Google machine.
I'm going to put Plaid in beer because Plaid Friday and beer was not fruitful.
Just put plaid.
Trending on Urban Dictionary, number 1 is Yodel in the Valley.
Oh God, it's a weird.
Go ahead.
jacket.
What is that?
It's
Go ahead.
Slang
You gotta
for
tell us.
Scolingus.
Oh, really?
Cunnilingus.
That's weird. Why would that be plaid? That's not a bear-like activity.
No, it's not plaid. It's just trending
Oh,
for today. Number 1 trending for today is Yodel in the Valley.
Okay.
I can't lie. I'm not. I can neither confirm or deny that plaid is
All right, I will.
part of this at all.
I'll find
Number
it.
2 is Angel's Grapefruit, which is a sex technique. The woman cuts the sides of a grapefruit off and a hole in the center for the man's penis to fit in. She then it cuts off, so let's open it up.
All right, Mark's on the
Listen.
list now.
Citric
She
acid.
blows the
I feel like citric acid.
blindfolded
Of course.
while moving the grapefruit up and down and squeezing every now and then to act as
Listen.
a vagina.
I'm gonna go out right now and say I couldn't do that. It's impossible. Not because of the citric acid, but because I would put it in there and nothing would come out the other side. It would just I don't know how that would even work. You need a pretty gigantic member to get it through a grapefruit with enough space on the other side.
I'm pretty certain it's half a grapefruit.
Because right, she cut the sides off, right?
Yeah,
All right, okay.
I'm pretty certain it's half a grapefruit.
I might be okay
a
then.
woman cuts the sides off of a grapefruit.
See, See,
And a hole in
listen,
the
even you,
center.
tiny penis, have a chance.
Yeah. Like I'm, you know, we're devolving quickly, so I'm gonna cut this
All right.
off right now.
So, guys,
I'm pretty sure that I know. Right, listen. When we're talking, I think of Greg because I know Greg listens. I also know Jack listens. I don't know Jack that well. Pretty sure he doesn't want to know any more about me. I'm pretty sure Greg doesn't, and I don't want Greg to know any more about me than this. So we're gonna cut this off right now.
all right. What I was gonna say is,
Cut
guys.
him off at the pass.
What I was gonna say is, guys, this was really enjoyable. I think for as much bullshit and flack as pumpkin spice shit gets,
Yes.
I think we found a really great array of pumpkin spice beers and pumpkin flavored beers. So thank you both for finding so many of them. I know I brought 2, but you guys brought more, so it was really great. And listen, go and try them. Would love if our listeners.
Pumpkin.
I would love if our listeners weighed in and told us about their favorite.
Yeah,
Whether
especially
it
if
be-
we didn't drink your favorite. Let us know
Yeah.
which one that is.
And if it's local, that's twice as good.
Yeah.
But if it's a national brand or an international brand, that's just as good too. Like, let us know which one you really think we should try. If it's got a great pumpkin flavor, if it's got a great spice flavor, whatever it may be, let us know about it because that's really what I would love to know. I would want to know more about it so that next year we can say, hey, here's 8 other ones that we tried. You can kind of make it like the Halloween franchise. Like,
That may
it just
very
keeps going.
well be
And eventually we'll
possible.
be in space.
Yes. Let us know.
Jason X.
Exactly.
Holy shit.
That's when a franchise goes to hell, when it's in space.
Actually, I think whenever it gets to 10, I think that 10 is beyond the limit of any film.
Probably.
We'll let the Films on Tap podcast let us know.
Probably. You guys have anything else to add to it?
No.
All right.
No, but perhaps we'll continue this in November
Possibly.
because there are easily plenty other pumpkin beers locally produced.
Could
that
happen.
It is
Except
possible.
I know we have a couple other gifts from a few listeners that some friends of ours brought us some stuff from Boston. Super fans have brought us some other stuff from the Republic of Texas. So I'm interested.
We still have beers from Trogies in there as well.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
we've got
And,
all sorts of stuff.
on
We got work to do,
yeah.
boys.
We do have work. We'll figure out when we're doing that.
Hopefully we can get to those soon.
Sound
All
good?
right, let us know about your favorite pumpkin beer. Please, please, please. Talk to y'all soon. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
If you enjoyed Beertastic Voyage, please be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and don't forget to review and rate us. The guys can be found online at www.beertasticvoyage.com, on Facebook at www.facebook.com/beertasticvoyage, and Twitter and Instagram at Beertastic Show, or send them a good old-fashioned email at beertasticvoyage@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and cheers for local beers.